Your phone's been like a museum exhibit for 8 years. Finally saw you at Chicago concert. But then I got stopped by security. Talk about a heartbreaker. Lee, you're such a good kid and even you're such a great friend, and Josie really adores you. What on earth happened, Lee? Jack couldn't answer at all. He forgot how deep the wounds are. What seemed like a crazy choice in his youth has turned into not only can't he recognize his daughter, but he's also getting disowned by his dad. Anne's words echoed in his mind all afternoon like a broken record. After pondering, Jack decided to send a convertible to town because he's ready to give his daughter a piece of his mind and honest chat. He drove to Anne's flower shop, buying a whopping 12 pots of flowers. Talk about pressure for a date. I want to see Billy, please don't ignore me. I know I'm not exactly a perfect human being, but she's my daughter, whether you like it or not. Jack played his last card, finally making Anne a little indecisive. Anne's heart might be full of hate for Jack, but let's be honest, he's still her kid's dad. So she decides to leave the ball in Billy's court. I want to talk to you about Dad. Her son seemed friendly, proving that kids can be complications from day one. He's been really nice to me, but you probably don't understand. Anne never in her wildest dreams expected that her 7-year-old Billy had already guessed the truth so early on. What a smart cookie he is, beyond imagination. He didn't abandon you. He doesn't even know about my mom's illness. Who knew Billy would be so sensible and keep Mom from being uncomfortable? Even though Anne didn't want him to feel bad, she thought maybe letting Billy meet Jack wouldn't be so bad after all. Anne never mentioned her pregnancy to Jack beforehand. She wanted to keep things dignified, not complicated. So the day for the three of them to meet finally arrived, and Brother was definitely anxious. Jack asked his daughter, "Do you like the gift I brought?" The little girl simply replied with 3 words. "It's enormous." Not exactly a flattering remark. The expressions on the faces of the 3 individuals instantly varied, and softly reminded her daughter to pay a bit more attention to her wording. Uncle chimed in with, "She's not wrong." Jack, instead of fuming, felt a wave of embarrassment wash over him. After dinner, Billy suggested taking Jack upstairs to see the bunny, and Anne was a bit worried at first. They went upstairs together, and Jack finally got to see his daughter's room for the first time, walls filled with memories of her growing up. Such a miscon. Seeing this, Jack felt guilty and sat by the window holding the rabbit. The girl, raised without her dad, didn't complain. She felt no emotions for the man in front of her, but the clever girl knew her mum wanted them to get along. Jack happily agreed to his daughter's proposal. Before leaving, Anne returned the gift he brought today. Jack reluctantly accepted it, and reminded her of his promise to pick up Billy from school. Anne's face immediately turned pale. "You've been gone for 8 years, and you want to pick up our daughter now?" She didn't expect this to come so fast. She wasn't ready for it. Anne didn't mind Jack reuniting with the daughter. She just wanted a brief pause. Nearly back, but wanting to jump into babysitting. That's just too quick. She wasn't ready to leave her daughter with the man who vanished for 8 years. No one knows for certain whether she remains the same person she once was back then. Seemingly sensing Anne's concern, Jack candidly said this was his daughter's wish. "I just want to see Billy. Please give me a chance." Seeing her hesitate, Jack knelt. In the end, he got to pick up his daughter from school. The next day, they arranged to meet at school, and Jack took the booster seat from Anne. Getting tips for being with Billy, his phone rang. Seeing it was staff, he hung up. Anne caught a little detail. "You've been using the same phone since you were a kid?" Jack stammered before pretending to say, "It's just a communication tool. I've gotten used to it over the years. It has a lens. I really like this phone." Anne understood there's got to be more to the story, but she wasn't about to expose Jack. There's no way she'd believed Jack could fall in love with an outdated phone on the verge of being obsolete, but she didn't know this old phone made Jack famous, and their bond was unbreakable. Because a seemingly ordinary phone held all of Anne's voicemails from 8 years ago, it had become his guilty pleasure. Over years, Jack heard them nearly 1,000 times. Once his phone broke, he spent a fortune fixing it. Listening to Anne's messages had become a part of his daily routine, yet deep down, he was too anxious to respond. As time passed, Jack barged back into her life, finally waiting to pick up his daughter. He had no idea what would come next. Though Jack didn't understand her linking the convertible to danger after her second refusal, he called his dad. This demonstrates just how thoroughly Jack had left behind everything back then. He hadn't even bothered to keep his father's phone number saved in his mobile device. With Grandpa as a middleman, after a brief interaction, Billy started to feel less strange about his dad. They shared ice cream and explored music together. At that moment, both Jack and his dad were unexpectedly kids again. Join us to experience more colourful and enjoyable moments in life, and make sure not to forget to subscribe.